everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Do you know how to help someone who is grieving? Perhaps it's your husband or your wife, and they are having a hard time. They are grieving because someone in their lives really, that they really care about has now just recently passed away. But it might be a little bit different for you. For example, if you're the son-in-law and your wife is grieving her mom or her dad, or maybe it's her brother or sister, and it's really hitting her hard. How do you help her? So today's recording is about the do's and don'ts of helping someone grieve. Hi, my name is Kelly. I'm a pastor, police chaplain, and author of this book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. And so what are the things we need to do or not do in order to help someone grieve? So first, let's talk about the don'ts. I'm going to do do's and don'ts. Let's talk about the don'ts. So in the recording that I did recently, I talked about how to grieve. And so you really want to help. And if you haven't watched that one, I would encourage you to watch that because this is kind of part two. But the three things that I identified in that recording was that sometimes we avoid, we deny, and we self-medicate. And the thing to do is to embrace it and to go there and to grieve and express your emotions. So how do you help someone? Well, the first thing that you're not going to do, don't do this, is don't help them avoid, okay? Don't say, hey, let's go play golf. Because I just want to get your mind on it. Or self-medicate. You know what? Let's go party. Let's go. And I know sometimes when guys get together, and they're going out, their goal is to get their buddy drunk. And you know what? It doesn't help because the pain is still going to be there. All you're doing is numbing the pain for a little bit. The other thing is deny it. Hey, you know what? It's going to be okay. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Don't minimize their pain. So don't help them avoid, deny, or self-medicate. The other thing is don't try to fix it. And guys, we have a problem with this because we are fix-it people, right? That's the way God made us. And so if someone we love is in pain, we want to fix it. Well, you know what? There's no fixing this. And it's really hurtful to your husband or wife when you try to do that. So don't try to fix it. And then the third thing under don'ts is don't try to spiritualize it. Well, they love Jesus. They're in heaven now. Yeah, I get that. But the reality is that when someone dies that you care about, you're going to grieve. You're going to be sad. You might even be angry. Those are the two emotions of grief. And having someone tell you that, oh, it's okay, they're in heaven now, spiritualizing that grief doesn't really help. So what do you do? Okay, number one, I got 5 things. Number one, be a safe person. Don't judge, but make it okay. It is okay for you to be with me and to just let it all out. I am okay with this. And let's face it, grief is messy. When someone is crying and sobbing and just getting, they're really letting it out, it's hard to be there for that person. But when you let them know that I'm safe and I'm okay with you just getting this all out, I can take it. I'm a good person for you to be with. The second thing is be available. And by being available, what I mean is you want to just be there. You want to connect. You want to be in their presence so that when they feel like it, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, you are then right there for them to start their expression of their grief, start getting it all out. Don't let them go through their grief alone, if you can help it. Number 3 is be a support. This is probably the most important of these 5 things. What do I mean by supporting someone who's grieving? Well, you want to listen to them. You want to hold them, hold their hand, give them a hug, put your arm around them. Let them know that you are with them in this. Make it okay for them to not be okay because they are not okay and they need to let it out. So you just want to, be there. And if you want to get them to talk, you could maybe ask them some questions. But once again, go with what they need. Don't try to impose your agenda, or don't try to speed up the process. Number 4 is provide resources. Maybe show them this video and the one that accompanies it, or other videos that you might find on YouTube. There's books that help with grieving. You may want to read a book together. And then probably the biggest help is find a grief group that you could go to. And here's the thing, if you're in the support role, go with them. Even though it wasn't your dad or your brother or your sister that passed away, you want to go with them to that group and be there in that support. And then the 5th thing is just pray. Pray for them. Now, don't pray too quick when they're in that grieving. Oh, well, let me pray for you, because that kind of shuts down the expression of emotion. But when they're done, pray for them. Honey, can I pray for you? And just ask God to comfort them in their loss and grief. This is what Jesus promised in Matthew 5:4. He said, "Blessed are those that mourn, for they shall be comforted." So go to God and invite him in to the grief experience that you have. That's it. May God bless you. May God bless your marriage. I've got other videos and recordings and resources at my website, which is turnitup.coach. So check those out. And if I can help you, feel free and please book a call with me. Be glad to help you with your grief or any other marriage-related struggles or challenges you might be having. Thanks again for watching. God bless you, and may God bless your marriage.